Hi everybody, old guy here. I don't really remember when I saw Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. I think it was sometime around 1972 or 73 and at the Fort Dix Post Theater, I think. I mean, come on, it's not like remembering your first kiss or something, which was... Well, never mind. I do remember walking out of the theater and going, huh? I also don't remember the first time that I read Arthur C. Clarke's book's version of the story. I know it's quite some time after seeing the movie, and I did so to help provide some clarity. But when I finished it, I again went, huh? Now, since then, I have become far more sophisticated in my thinking and understanding, and I now know what it's about. So, what's it about? Well, I don't really want to spoil it, but suffice to say that such a complicated and nuanced tale of space and time takes a special kind of genius to bring it on screen and on page. You know, the kind of genius you just want to throw off a building. Because holy Hannah, was Stanley Kubrick hard to work for and work with. Just ask Clarke, who was also a little hard to work with. Now, a few years ago, I had the privilege of attending a panel at a conference around here called Escape Velocity in 2018. And the people on the panel were people who had either worked on the movie directly or were related to people who worked on the movie. And just about every one of them agreed that Kubrick was difficult. One of the lighter examples, Kubrick insisted on knowing the cargo capacity of the Discovery, which isn't a real ship, so who's going to know that? Well, someone had to come up with a scientifically accurate measurement so Kubrick could feel more authentic. Okay, and this book, which is a massively detailed recounting of how the movie got made, confirms one's conviction that Kubrick should have been tossed off a building at some point by somebody. But no one did, because Stanley Kubrick was one hell of a nice guy. He just was. You'd want to hang out with him, all the time restraining the urge to throw him off a building. See, this was Kubrick's way of getting the best out of people. He's like that J.K. Simmons character in that Whiplash movie, but without the brutality. He made maddening requests because he wanted everyone to stretch themselves, to do things that they thought impossible, or criminal. For example, Kubrick promoted Andrew Birkin from a tea boy on the London set, and literally, he brought tea. I'm not making some untoward euphemism or anything. He promoted him to an assistant because Birkin knew where sand dunes that made good background sets were located in England. Kubrick then sent Birkin to Africa to scout out some other set locations, and in the process, Birkin sent back some pictures of a coker boom, which is a protected species. Kubrick loved the pictures, but wanted to see what the trees would look like at another location. Well, moving coker boom trees was a federal offense, as well as dang difficult because they were in a chained compound and they weighed tons. Kubrick left the details to Birkin, who, one break-in, tree kidnapping, bribery, and numerous other felonies later, got the trees to the set, where they could be seen for about a half second in one long-distance shot. Now, how did this movie come about? Well, after making Dr. Strangelove, Kubrick wanted to make a really good science fiction movie because the available fare in 1964 was, well, dreck. First Men in the Moon, Robinson Crusoe on Mars. Actually, I like those two movies. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. So he became enamored of Clark after reading Childhood's End and got in touch with him, and the next thing you know, collaboration. Of a greater detail than I knew, because Kubrick basically co-wrote Clark's 2001, although you won't find him credited. Kubrick ended up screwing Clark out of hundreds of thousands of dollars on the book because he refused to let Clark release the book until the movie was already out. Clark, who was heavily in debt and having tax problems with the Ceylonese authorities, needed the money. But, hey, too bad. There's all kinds of stories like this in the book, and if you are a fan of the movie, then this is a must-read. Benson is an uber fan of the movie and just about falls on the ground in a swoon talking about how great it and Kubrick are, and, well, no. I mean, it's a good movie. The technological innovations that Kubrick and his staff of sheer geniuses came up with back before CGI will truly blow your mind. But I don't think it's the greatest science fiction movie ever made. No. That's Gattaca.